There's nothing like a holiday in the mountains if you want to escape from the city into the fresh air, with plenty to look at and long walks if you feel inclined. But there are some people who think that this kind of a mountain holiday is altogether too leisurely. They regard a week or two in this sort of country as a chance to climb, rather than as an excuse to look at some lovely scenery. They'll tell you that anybody can do it, even you and me, if we'd only take the trouble. And you don't have to be particularly strong either. You might think that perhaps it's a bit dangerous, but they just smile and say, well, there are accidents, of course, but they're usually when the climbers are tired or careless. After all, people get run over in the streets, but we don't all stay indoors because of it. They seem to be enjoying it all anyway. Here's some of the best climbing ground in Britain, in North Wales, and these two are tackling something a bit more difficult. Let's watch how they do it. The first thing to notice is their boots, which have special nails to give them a better hold. And they rope themselves together carefully. Their lives may depend on good boots and a good rope. And off they go. This is the leader starting the first section of the climb. The second man pays out the rope. It mustn't be too slack, and it mustn't act as a drag. It will check the leader if he falls. The leader keeps going until he's on a broad ledge. Like this. Then he ties himself to the rock for safety. As soon as he's quite happy about this, and this fellow looks as safe as a barn door to me, he hauls up the slack rope and the second man begins to climb. They have good reason for keeping the rope as taut as this. The tighter it is, the less distance he'll drop if he does happen to slip. And so the second man comes steadily up to the ledge. He reaches the ledge and anchors himself just as the leader did a minute or so ago. Looks easy, doesn't it? Yes, unless you happen to dislike heights like this. So they go on, one at a time, quite safely. Or rather, usually quite safely. You can never be sure. The dangers are carelessness, mistakes, and fatigue. You can go a long way to conquering the first two, but fatigue is not so simple. cut head, a broken leg, and concussion. Might have been worse. Good thing that belay held. Well, the next thing is to get help. He can't get down on his own feet, even when he does come to. Perhaps there's somebody about who can give a hand. It's only a faint hope. There wasn't anybody about on the way up. No answer. So he's got to act on his own. And the first thing is to make sure that his pail is tied firmly to the rock. It's very cold up there, and he better be kept as warm as possible. And now, back down the hillside for help. This will save him a bit of time anyway. Ah, he's lucky. Sometimes you never see a car for hours on a road like this. They drive off to the nearest youth hostel, where there's not only a first aid kit, but a chance of getting helpers as well. An experienced climber acts as leader, chooses the route, and gives each member of the team his own job to do. And so the long journey begins. A stretcher party is always likely to increase in numbers as it moves up the mountain. There aren't many climbers who won't join a rescue party when they see one. few minutes, he'll be safe in hospital. Was it due to carelessness, mistakes, or fatigue? We don't know. Most mountain accidents shouldn't happen, but it's when they do happen that we see the comradeship of climbing at its best. Climbers will always give each other the greatest help they can. And only climbers can help climbers in the sort of country that we've just seen. And if you like the sport, well, it's good to think that if you do happen to slip, you can always rely on your pals to come to the rescue.